You don't want to mess up on renewing your driver's license. So many of my patients come in and they're not prepared to renew their driver's license, which requires an eye doctor to sign off on the paperwork. In this video, I'm going to give you my 5 top tips on how to successfully prepare for your driver's license renewal and what you need to know so that you can continue driving safely. Tip number 5 is what I would consider the most important, so be sure to stick around till the end of the video. Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Saya Nagori. I'm a board-certified ophthalmologist and a glaucoma specialist, and I practice in the state of Maryland. As an eye doctor, I am renewing driver's licenses for many of my patients, and here are the things that I've noticed that patients tend to miss. And sometimes it's these problems that lead to a delay in renewing their driver's license. Remember, this video is for educational purposes only, so be sure to talk to your personal eye doctor if you have a specific question about your eyes. Now let's get into it. Tip number 1, check your license expiration. The first step is so simple, but it is often overlooked. You need to check the expiration date on your license. You don't want to wait until the last minute to schedule your eye appointment, because if you do need an update on something, you probably know how hard it is to get in to see the eye doctor. You want to leave yourself at least 6 months of time, even more if possible, when you know that that license renewal is approaching. Now, you don't want to do it over a year before, because oftentimes the DMV will require that the eye exam is done within a year of the renewal. So you're going to want to have that 6-month sweet spot of getting that appointment in. Now, I know this seems like a lot of time, but if you need an update on your glasses prescription, in the sense that the glasses actually need to be changed for you to see clearly, that can take a significant amount of time. First, you're going to need to come in and get your prescription renewed. Then you'll actually need to go to a place that can fill the prescription so you can get the new glasses so that you're seeing clearly on the day of your glasses renewal appointment. Now, oftentimes the doctor can fill out the paperwork, but in some cases you may actually have to go into the DMV and take the eye test at the DMV. If this is the case, you're going to want to have the updated prescription with you when you take that test. Now, tip number 2 relates to tip number 1, which is make sure that you have an updated eye prescription. If it's been over 1 or 2 years since you've had your vision checked in your glasses, it's important to make sure that the glasses are still working well. If you do not see clearly in the distance with your glasses or your contact lenses, it's a good idea to have them updated. Having clear vision when you're driving is not just important for you, but it's also important for the safety of everyone else on the road. Tip number 3 is to be familiar with your state's requirements for driver's license renewal. Each state has different minimum vision requirements for driving, so it's important to know what's required in the state where you live. For example, in California, the visual acuity that is required for driving may be different than in a state like New York. You can find this information usually by checking the state's DMV website ahead of time. Also, your eye doctor will know this information as well, so they can also guide you. Now, tip number 4 seems a little obvious, but patients who wear multiple pairs of glasses can tend to make a mistake with this one. So what I want to tell you is make sure you're wearing the right glasses for the driver's license exam. If you wear progressive glasses where you're seeing distance out of the top and near vision through the bottom, you are going to be tested typically on your distance vision. So you don't want to use something that makes your near vision clear. You want to use glasses or contacts that are making your distance vision clear. Now, if you're unsure what is being tested, just ask the DMV examiner or ask your eye doctor which type of vision they are testing. Now, tip number 5 is probably the most important. It is so important to address any eye health issues like dry eyes or cataracts beforehand, because not addressing these could prevent you from getting your license renewed, or it could significantly delay you getting your license renewed. For example, if you suffer from really bad dry eye, you want to make sure that your dry eye is adequately treated before you take the driver's license vision test. Even if your prescription is optimized, something like dry eye can actually cause you to lose several lines of distance vision when it's not treated properly. This could cause you to fail the test. Another tip is when you're actually driving and you have dry eye, be sure to use your artificial tears before you start the drive. You want clear vision not just when you take the DMV test, but also when you're driving to ensure that you're safe. Treating dry eye can take several months sometimes, and this is why, again, we recommend at least leaving a few months before the renewal is due to see your eye doctor. Another issue that can cause decreased vision, especially in older individuals, is something called a cataract. A cataract is a completely normal aging change. However, in some cases, the cataract could drop your vision below the state's minimum requirements for driving. Now, most eye surgeons will consider taking out a cataract when the vision is around 20/30 or 20/40, and this is usually very similar to state's requirements, which are around 20/40 or 20/50 for the minimum requirement for driving. But in some cases, patients' night visions from cataract can actually be significantly worse than their daytime vision. And for these patients, doing cataract surgery earlier may be beneficial. Remember that safe driving is not just for you, but it's for everyone around you. So be sure to do your part and optimize your vision before you get behind the wheel. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to subscribe below and hit that like button. And if you have any further questions, be sure to leave them in the comments. I'll see you next time.